Hello and welcome to Valuechain News. I am Naomi Oleribe. First, the headlines. $2.6 billion gas pipeline will boost midstream and upstream activities, oil serve. IOC's orders review Presidential Panel's regulations on Petroleum Industry Act (PIA). Oil theft technology could have saved Nigeria $20 billion. Former NNPC's general manager. And now, the news in detail. The group chairman, Oilserve Limited, Emeka Okwosa, on Wednesday reiterated that the $2.6 billion Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano AKK gas pipeline project would boost activities in the midstream and upstream arms of the oil and gas industry. Okwosa further stated that the pipeline would significantly contribute in addressing Nigeria's gas supply demands. The group chairman, while addressing newsmen, said the AKK pipeline was significant to the north and to the south. According to Okwosa, Nigeria must develop its gas sector to create jobs for citizens and boost industrial development using liquefied natural gas. On the level of completion of the project he reviewed, 1/3 is completed. The engineering is more than 80% done. Procurement is more than 50% done. So overall, it is more than 1/3 completed. Okwosa reviewed that the AKK project is made up of pipeline, terminal gas stations, intermediate peaking stations, as well as other sections. He said the magnitude of AKK project required a lot of money and commended the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited for financing the construction of the pipeline. International oil companies and other stakeholders in the upstream arm of Nigeria's oil and gas sector have commenced the review of the draft regulations prepared by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission in conjunction with the Presidential Steering Committee as regards the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA). Operators in the upstream oil and gas industry converged in Abuja on Wednesday for a 3-day consultation forum to discuss and finalize the draft regulations in line with Section 216 of the PIA 2021. In his address at the forum, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipre Sylvia, said participants would be considering the draft regulations as prepared by the NUPRC in conjunction with the Presidential Steering Committee on the PIA. He added, it is believed that a robust engagement such as this will create the platform for all of us to brainstorm in a constructive manner and harness the necessary inputs from various stakeholders to further clarify the draft regulations and the eventual firming up of the final regulations for use. A former group general manager in charge of research and development division of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC), Mr. Benjamin Obaigbena, yesterday called on the federal government to deploy technology in solving the perennial theft of the nation's crude oil, making his views known in a treatise. The ex-NNPC personnel estimated that Nigeria would have saved as much as $20 billion if it had deployed technology when the problem started years ago. He disclosed that if the federal government had heeded and implemented a presentation made years ago for the use of technology to solve the problem, the challenge would have been reduced to the barest minimum today. He advised that the local vigilante group can also be a useful catalyst in the drive for intelligence, surveillance, and information gathering, noting that it is long overdue to overhaul the security of Nigeria's national assets. Libya's National Oil Corporation (NOC) disclosed on Wednesday that the country is currently losing more than 550,000 barrels per day of oil production due to the closures imposed on major export fields and ports. The closures, carried out by individuals who present themselves as youth groups or notables in the south and east of the country, have forced the NOC to declare force majeure on production on several major fields and ports in recent days. The declaration of force majeure represents a temporary suspension of work and protection by law to the NOC in the face of legal liability resulting in its failure to meet the oil contracts of foreign parties. Italy on Wednesday penned a deal with Angola to ramp up gas supplies from the southern African country as it urgently scrambles to break away from Russian gas over the Ukraine war. A declaration of intent was signed to develop new natural gas ventures and to increase exports to Italy, Italy's foreign minister said in a statement on Wednesday. Today, we have reached another important agreement with Angola to increase gas supplies, he said, adding that Italy's commitment to differentiate energy supply sources is confirmed. Prime Minister Mario Draghi wants to add Angola and Congo-Brazzaville to a portfolio of suppliers to substitute Russia, which provides about 45% of Italian gas. The World Bank has disclosed that import restrictions and non-flexible exchange rate management of the Central Bank of Nigeria are the major driving forces for food inflation in Nigeria. The Washington-based bank said this in a new biannual report by the World Bank known as Africa's Pulse. The report revealed rising food prices are the underlying factors behind the surge of headline inflation in Nigeria. Food prices have increased due to import restrictions and a non-flexible exchange rate management. The current regime is keeping the official exchange rate of the naira artificially strong, while the naira has weakened significantly on the parallel market. The bank added that food and fuel shortages weighed on consumer prices despite fuel subsidies, adding that the war in Ukraine would likely worsen inflation rates. Before we end the news, here's a recap of our headlines. $2.6 billion gas pipeline will boost midstream and upstream activities, oil serve. IOC's orders review presidential panel's regulations on Petroleum Industry Act (PIA). Oil theft technology could have saved Nigeria $20 billion. Former NNPC's general manager. And that's the news. I am Naomi Oleribe. Good evening.